Hello, and welcome to Mr. English Podcast. I hope you are feeling calm, relaxed, and ready to enjoy a warm conversation. Today, we are talking about something very human, very personal, and very beautiful. We are talking about hobbies and interests. Hobbies and interests are not just activities. They are small windows to our inner world. They show who we are when no one is forcing us. They show what we choose when we are free. I'm really happy today because I'm not alone. I'm joined by a close friend. She is young, thoughtful, and full of positive energy. Thank you for being here with me today.
Thank you so much. I feel very comfortable here. Your words already make this conversation feel warm and safe. I really like this topic because hobbies and interests tell a lot about a person's heart.
I love how you said they tell a lot about a person's heart. That is very true. So let's start gently and clearly. Hobbies are activities that we enjoy doing in our free time. We do them because we want to, not because we have to. They make us feel happy, relaxed, and alive. Interests are things that attract our attention. They make us curious. They make us want to learn more. For example, someone may be interested in history, music, science, languages, or art.
I really like how simple and clear that explanation is, especially the part where you said we do them because we want to. In a busy life, having something we choose for ourselves is very important.
Exactly. Life is full of responsibilities. Hobbies are the moments where we breathe. Now, let's talk about why hobbies and interests are important. First of all, hobbies help us reduce stress. When the mind is tired, hobbies give it rest. When the heart feels heavy, hobbies make it lighter. Second, hobbies help us understand ourselves. They show us what we truly enjoy. They help us discover our talents and passions. Third, hobbies improve our mental and emotional health. They give us confidence. They give us balance.
I really feel this part deeply. When you said hobbies give balance, it touched me. Without hobbies, life can feel dry and repetitive. With hobbies, life feels colorful.
That's a beautiful way to say it. Hobbies add color to life. Now, many people ask a very common question. How can I find my hobby? Finding your hobby is a journey, not a race. The first step is to try different things. Don't be afraid to explore. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to be curious. The second step is to listen to your feelings. What makes you forget time? What makes you feel peaceful? What makes you smile without effort? The third step is to remember your childhood. What did you enjoy when you were young? Sometimes our true hobbies are hidden there.
I love this advice so much, especially remembering childhood. Children do things with pure joy, not pressure. That's a powerful reminder for adults. And I also like that you said we don't need to be perfect. Many people stop before starting because they are afraid of being bad at something.
Yes, fear is a big barrier. But hobbies are not about being the best. They are about being happy. Now, let's talk about good and positive hobbies. Good hobbies are those that help us grow as people. They don't harm us or others. They bring peace, not problems. Some good hobbies include reading books, writing, learning languages, playing sports, listening to music, painting, photography, cooking, volunteering, and learning new skills online. These hobbies improve the mind, the body, and the soul.
I really appreciate this list. It feels very healthy and inspiring. Good hobbies don't just pass time. They build character. They slowly shape who we become.
Exactly. Now, I'd like to ask you something personal. Can you tell us about your hobbies and interests?
Yes, of course. I'd be very happy to share more. Thank you for asking in such a kind and respectful way. One of my biggest hobbies is reading books. I don't just read to pass time. I read because books make me feel understood. When I open a book, I feel like I'm entering another world. Sometimes that world is peaceful, sometimes challenging, but it always teaches me something. I enjoy reading novels because they help me understand human emotions. I also like self-development books because they motivate me to grow and improve myself.
I really love how you said, books make me feel understood. That sentence is very powerful. It shows that reading is not just a hobby for you. It's an emotional connection.
Yes, exactly. Sometimes when I feel lonely or confused, a book feels like a quiet friend. It doesn't judge me. It just stays with me. Another hobby of mine is listening to soft music. I usually listen to music in the evening or before sleeping. Music helps me slow down my thoughts. It gives my mind rest after a long day.
That sounds very calming. Music really has a special power. It reaches places that words cannot.
That's so true. And I love that you said places that words cannot. Music speaks directly to the heart. I also have a strong interest in learning new things, especially online. I enjoy watching educational videos, listening to podcasts, and learning about different cultures. It makes me feel connected to the world.
I really respect that. Your hobbies show curiosity, depth, and kindness. They tell me that you are someone who values growth and understanding.
Thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. It feels good when someone truly listens and understands. Now, I'd love to hear more about you. You mentioned that learning and teaching English is one of your hobbies. Can you tell us more about that?
Of course. Learning English started as a simple interest for me. At first, I just wanted to understand movies and songs, but slowly it became something deeper. I realized that language is a bridge between people. When I learn English, I feel closer to the world. And when I help others learn, I feel useful and fulfilled.
I really love that idea of language being a bridge. It's beautiful. You're not just learning words, you're connecting lives.
Exactly. Teaching English gives me joy because I see people gain confidence. I see them express themselves better. That feeling is priceless. Another hobby of mine is walking in quiet places. I enjoy walking alone, especially in nature. It helps me think clearly. It helps me understand my emotions.
That tells me a lot about you. People who enjoy quiet walks usually have deep thoughts. They listen to themselves. It's a very healthy habit.
I agree. Silence teaches us many things. I also enjoy writing my thoughts. Sometimes I write about my day. Sometimes I write about my dreams or fears. Writing helps me organize my mind.
That's really inspiring. Writing is like talking to yourself with honesty. I think it's a very powerful hobby.
Listening to you, I realize something very important. Hobbies are not only personal. They also shape how we live with others. When a person has healthy hobbies, they usually have a calm and balanced personality. They know how to use their free time in a positive way. This affects their family, friends, and even society.
I really agree with that. I like how you connected hobbies with society. People often think hobbies are just for fun, but they actually build discipline and patience.
Exactly. Hobbies teach us responsibility without pressure. They teach us commitment in a gentle way. For example, someone who plays sports learns teamwork. Someone who reads learns empathy. Someone who volunteers learns kindness.
That's such a meaningful point. I love how you gave clear examples. It makes the idea very easy to understand.
Thank you. Now let's talk about why every person should have at least one hobby. Life can become very heavy. Work, study, responsibilities, and problems can exhaust us. Without hobbies, people can feel empty or lost. Hobbies give us something to look forward to. They give us energy. They remind us that life is not only about survival, but also about joy.
That part really touched me. The sentence, "life is not only about survival," is very powerful. Many people forget that happiness is also important.
Yes, happiness matters, and hobbies are a healthy way to find it. Now, let me ask you something deeper. Do you think hobbies can change a person's life?
Absolutely. I truly believe hobbies can change lives. Sometimes a hobby saves a person from loneliness. Sometimes it saves them from bad habits. Sometimes it helps them discover their purpose. I've seen people who were sad and confused, and when they found a hobby, they became more confident and hopeful.
That's very true. A hobby can become a safe space, a place where a person feels free and accepted. Let's also talk about bad or unhealthy hobbies. Not every activity is good for us. Unhealthy hobbies are those that waste time without benefit, those that harm the body, the mind, or relationships, those that make a person lazy, angry, or careless.
I'm glad you mentioned this. It's important to be honest. A good hobby should add value to life, not take it away.
Exactly. The goal of a hobby is growth and peace. Now let's move to something practical. How can we talk about our hobbies in English? When someone asks you, "What are your hobbies?" you can answer simply and naturally. For example, "I enjoy reading books because it helps me relax. My hobby is playing football and it keeps me active. I'm interested in learning languages because I love connecting with people."
I really like these examples. They are simple, clear, and natural. This is very helpful for English learners.
That's the goal of Mr. English Podcast, to help people speak with confidence and simplicity. Now, I'd like to ask you again, if someone meets you for the first time and asks about your hobbies, how would you describe them?
I would say something like this.
I enjoy reading and learning new things. These hobbies help me grow and understand myself better. They also make me feel calm and positive.
That's a perfect answer. It's honest, warm, and confident. You explained your hobbies in such a natural and confident way. That's something many people struggle with. Sometimes people have hobbies, but they don't know how to talk about them.
That's very true. Many people feel shy or think their hobbies are not important enough to share, but every healthy hobby has value.
Exactly. There is no small or big hobby. If it brings peace and growth, it matters. Now, let's imagine a real-life situation. You meet someone new, maybe at university or work. They ask you about your hobbies. This is a great chance to connect. You can ask politely, "What do you like to do in your free time?" Or, "What are your hobbies and interests?"
I like that you're showing polite and natural questions. The way we ask also shows our personality. A gentle question invites a gentle answer.
Very true. And when someone answers, it's important to really listen. For example, if someone says, "I like painting," you can respond with interest. "That's interesting. What kind of paintings do you enjoy?" This shows that you care.
Yes, listening is very important. I really appreciate how, during this conversation, you repeat key points and react kindly. It makes the speaker feel valued.
Thank you for noticing that. Listening is a skill, just like speaking. Now, let me ask you something practical again. Have your hobbies ever helped you during a difficult time?
Yes, definitely. There were times when I felt stressed or unsure about my future. During those times, reading helped me escape negative thoughts. Learning new things gave me hope and confidence. My hobbies reminded me that I am more than my problems.
That's very deep. "I am more than my problems" is a powerful thought. Hobbies remind us of our strengths. I've had similar experiences. When I felt confused, teaching and learning gave me direction. Walking in nature helped me calm my mind.
That shows how hobbies heal us quietly. They don't shout, they gently support us.
Beautifully said. Now, let's talk about hobbies and time management. Some people say, "I don't have time for hobbies." But the truth is, hobbies don't steal time. They give energy. Even 20 or 30 minutes a day is enough.
I agree completely. People often think hobbies need hours, but even small moments matter. A short walk, a few pages of reading, or listening to music can change the whole day.
Exactly. Consistency is more important than duration. Now, let's help English learners again. Here are some useful sentences. In my free time, I enjoy, I'm really interested in, my favorite hobby is, I started this hobby because. These sentences are simple and powerful.
I love how practical this is. You're not just talking about hobbies, you're teaching people how to express themselves.
That's the heart of Mr. English Podcast. Let me ask you one more thing. If you could encourage listeners to find a hobby, what would you say?
I would say, don't rush. Be kind to yourself. Try different things and choose what brings you peace, not pressure.
That's beautiful advice. Very gentle and real. What you said earlier about choosing peace instead of pressure really stayed with me. It connects perfectly with the idea that hobbies reflect our personality. The hobbies we choose often show who we are inside. A calm person may enjoy reading or walking. An energetic person may love sports or dancing. A creative person may enjoy writing, painting, or music.
That's so true. I like how hobbies quietly introduce us before we even speak much. Sometimes you can understand a person just by listening to how they talk about what they love.
Exactly. When someone talks about their hobbies, their eyes light up, their voice changes. It's very honest. That's why describing your hobbies is not just an English skill, it's a life skill.
I really like that point. Many learners focus only on grammar and vocabulary, but real communication comes from sharing real feelings.
Yes, and hobbies are a safe and beautiful topic to practice that. Now, let's talk about something important for young people. Many young people feel pressure to be productive all the time. They feel guilty when they rest. But hobbies are not a waste of time. They are an investment in mental health.
I'm so glad you said that. This is something many people need to hear. Rest is not laziness. Enjoyment is not weakness.
Exactly. A healthy mind creates a healthy future. Let's also talk about shared hobbies. When people share hobbies, relationships grow stronger. Friends bond faster. Couples understand each other better.
Yes, shared hobbies create memories. Even simple things like walking together or watching educational videos can build deep connections.
That's very true. But even when hobbies are different, respect is important. If someone says, "I enjoy something you don't understand," the best response is curiosity, not judgment.
I love that. Curiosity instead of judgment can change many relationships. It shows emotional maturity.
Absolutely. Now, for English learners, let's practice reacting politely. When someone tells you their hobby, you can say, "That sounds interesting. I like how passionate you are about it. That's not my hobby, but I respect it." These responses keep the conversation warm.
These sentences are very useful. They help people sound kind and confident, even if they don't share the same interests.
Yes, communication is not about being the same. It's about understanding. Let me ask you something reflective. If you didn't have your hobbies, how do you think your life would feel?
Honestly, it would feel very empty. My hobbies give me identity beyond roles and expectations. They remind me that I'm a human being, not a machine.
That answer is very honest and strong. I feel the same. Hobbies remind us of our humanity. Sometimes people discover their hobbies late in life, and that's okay. There is no deadline for joy.
I love that sentence. There is no deadline for joy. That's something everyone should remember.
Yes, life is not a competition. As we slowly move closer to the end of our conversation, I feel grateful for how open and real this discussion has been.
Me too. This conversation feels very natural and meaningful. It doesn't feel like a lesson. It feels like two friends talking from the heart.
That's exactly what we wanted for Mr. English Podcast. Real English, real feelings. As we reach this moment, I feel something very special. This conversation reminds me that hobbies are not just topics to talk about. They are stories of who we are. They are quiet reflections of our hearts. When people talk about their hobbies, they are actually saying, "This is what gives me peace. This is what makes me feel alive."
That's so beautifully said. I really feel that hobbies are like small homes for our emotions. When life becomes loud and heavy, hobbies give us a safe place to return to.
Yes, exactly. And that's why describing your hobbies in English is more than practicing language. It's practicing honesty. It's learning how to share yourself with the world.
I love that idea so much. Language becomes warmer when it carries real feelings, and hobbies are one of the easiest ways to start real conversations.
That's very true. If you are learning English and you don't know what to talk about, start with your hobbies. They are personal, simple, and meaningful. You don't need big words. You don't need perfect grammar. You just need truth.
Yes, sometimes people wait to be perfect before they speak, but real communication begins when we allow ourselves to be human, not perfect.
That's such an important message. Perfection creates fear. Honesty creates connection. Before we finish, I want to speak directly to everyone listening. If you haven't found your hobby yet, don't feel bad. You are not late. You are not behind. Your hobby is not hiding from you. It's waiting for you to slow down and listen to yourself.
That's so comforting to hear. I want to add something to that. Please don't compare your hobbies with others. Your joy doesn't need permission. If something makes you feel calm, excited, or hopeful, it matters.
Beautifully said. Your hobby doesn't need to impress anyone. It only needs to support you. As we talked today, we shared ideas, examples, feelings, and real experiences. This is exactly how English should be learned. Not with fear, but with warmth. Not with pressure, but with curiosity.
I truly enjoyed every moment of this conversation. It felt safe, friendly, and real. Thank you for creating such a space, not just for me, but for everyone listening.
Thank you for being such a thoughtful and kind guest. Your reactions, your reflections, and your honesty added so much depth to this episode. To everyone listening to Mr. English Podcast, thank you for giving us your time. Thank you for listening with your heart. Remember, your hobbies are not small. Your interests are not useless. They are pieces of your story.
Take care of yourself. Be gentle with your journey, and never stop exploring what makes you feel alive.
This was Mr. English Podcast. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep loving what you do. Goodbye, and may your days be filled with meaning and peace.